what I saw is all those kids from back there in 2008, about 90% of them got careers in aviation,
Wow.
who all went through that camp for at least 5 years. And I was so impressed and inspired. And I always have been a volunteer. At the time, I volunteered as a chaperone, and I started just working with kids and learning that, you know, I could really help and inspire the next generation. So Enlightened Leaders was founded on that, on keeping that going and exposing kids and young adults to the world of aviation and careers.
Welcome back to another episode of Spark the Conversation. I hope you have been enjoying the content that I have been providing for you all. So let me introduce my next guest. Well, first, let me tell you, I'm in a new space. As you can see, it's different. You know, it pays to know people, keep those relationships. Thank you, TK, for letting me come in the studio today. My next guest this month, I actually got introduced to her through my previous guest, DJ Truck. My guest today is Ashley Wimbush, aka DJ Alpha Whiskey. So Ashley is the owner of the nonprofit Enlightened Leaders Initiative, which mentors kids and young adults through STEM education, specifically aviation. Ashley is a former air traffic controller. And so this nonprofit is home for her. Outside of running her nonprofit, like I said, she's also known as DJ Apple Whiskey. So she's probably DJ some of y'all parties and stuff. So maybe she'll give me some few corners because, you know, surprisingly, I'm back at the radio station. Every time I have a DJ, I come back to the radio station. I did it with DJ Truck, now with DJ Apple Whiskey. So let's hear Ashley's story on today. So Ashley, tell us how your experience was as an air traffic controller.
Oh, well, Sparkle, thank you for having me
Yeah,
on your
thank
show
you for
today.
coming.
I just want to say, my experience as an air traffic controller was very interesting
Okay.
because I didn't know what air traffic control was as a kid.
Mm.
I grew up, born and raised in Danville, Virginia, and I thought that maybe I wanted to do something with computers at a time that the whole computer age was just coming out with different type of programs and different just things computer wise. So I said, you know what, maybe computer engineering or computer science would be for me. So I went to Hampton University and I majored in computer science.
Okay.
But I met a young guy there who I started dating, and he knew ever since he was a kid that he wanted to be a pilot. So from that experience in dating him, I learned a lot about aviation. I used to fly with him all the time,
Wow.
going different places. I mean, and he's actually the pilot, and I'm sitting there in the in the cockpit with him. So that was a great experience. And he also got allowed me to meet with certain uh, departments of and figures of aviation to kind of understand more about it. And I was like, man, maybe I should think about this career. And he used to talk about, you know, some of the how lucrative it was and stuff. And I was like, you know, I don't want to be a pilot,
Right.
but maybe I could do something else.
Okay.
So I actually ended up changing my major
Okay.
to aviation management, air traffic control.
Okay.
Now I will say that I didn't just change because, you know, of him. I changed because also I was not doing well in computer science and it was not working for me.
Okay.
So I had really needed to make a change.
Okay.
And I felt like that still was the universe telling me, you might need to go this direction,
Might
maybe,
give it a chance.
you know, give it a chance.
Right.
And I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
this is not I hate to be long-winded with this answer, but it's also knowledge for other people to know. I got internships while as soon as I changed my major, I applied for an internship with the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. And I got my first internship like within a month of applying. And I was able to go to Wichita, Kansas and do this internship, paid internship. And from that, I was able to go to different places and intern and learn. And being a controller, that allowed me to kind of get in that zone to become a controller. I also took air traffic control classes as well. And so having that exposure and those internships allowed me to get certified, do what I needed to do because it's a hard process.
Yeah.
Very hard process. And during my time as a controller, I did what needed to be done. I really did. I enjoyed it. I didn't always enjoy my coworkers. I'm gonna be honest.
Ashley said, "I'm gonna keep it transparent."
It's okay. That's in every job, and I'm pretty sure they probably may have got it, but we all had to work together.
Yeah.
And it's a very responsible job. And I enjoyed every bit of it, but also I say that to say it's a male dominated career field as well. So at a lot of times I was the only female and sometimes only Black female that in this position. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed just the thrill and the excitement of the job and not of having something happen new like every day. Whether it was this or that or this, it wasn't like something that I just get used to every day, something new every day. So I'm thankful for that.
Beautiful. So for those who don't know, like what air traffic controllers do, what does an air traffic controller do?
So that's a good question. Air traffic controllers are responsible for making sure that your flight is safe.
We
And
need y'all.
keep it. And talking, we talk with the pilots, and ensuring that the planes are separated. And we're checking for weather, making sure there's all types of stuff. So hypothetically, a plane leaves Memphis, Tennessee. I'm the person who's talking to the pilot, who gives him his route, him or her, their route to tell them where they're going and how to get there and what their expectations are. I'm also responsible for getting them from the gate pushed back on the ground, for any planes that are moving around on the taxiways on the ground, any vehicles that are moving around on the airport. I'm talking to and communicating with them. Also, there are different parts of air traffic, but I worked in the tower. So I was just responsible for 7 miles out of airspace within the airport. So another job is talking to planes and clearing them to land and take off. So anytime you land and take off, I'm the person that's talking to the pilot, making sure everything's safe on that runway and everything checks out and that you're good to go. Once you're in the air, I'm still talking to you. And we switch off to different controllers that are they're not in the tower, but they're in other places. And they're responsible for getting you climbing, turns, all of that, and making sure that nobody's having an accident. Because just like you have a highway on the ground, you have a highway in the sky.
That is amazing. So next time at the airport, because I'm frustrated because my plane hasn't left yet, I just know the air traffic controller is saying, all right, it's not safe to go yet. So that pretty much is like, you can't go yet.
Right, because have a major responsibility.
That's major. You all, not to put it, I mean, you all hold like people's lives kind of in your hand because you are the person that tells the pilot, okay, we all clear, let's go, turn here, turn there, because something goes wrong. Yeah, they're blaming the pilot, but it's now like, okay, what was the air traffic controller doing? That is amazing. That's wow. I don't know if I could do that because it's like, well, I probably could, but I don't know because it's like a surgeon. Like if you mess up, it's like, oh my God, I messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, you get one chance, but like I said, I had no idea about air traffic control.
Wow.
So for me to have no knowledge of this, to have passed all my tests and been able to do that here in Memphis
Yeah.
Tower where FedEx operates. And I worked the night shift, which was the busiest,
Yeah.
from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., getting those planes in and out. I also had the opportunity and was accepted to go to Atlanta
Mm.
Tower. They're the busiest in the world. I love that busy, stay moving traffic, get them
Yeah.
in, get them out, make it make sense, help the pilots, help the company,
Yeah.
because it's money.
Yeah.
Time is money. So I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed being good at what I was doing.
That's
It's good.
beautiful.
Mhm.
I done learned a lot in just these last few minutes. Okay. So you all know I introduced some new segments to spark the conversation this year. So we're gonna get right to the spark inside. So Ashley, why did you start Enlightened Leaders Initiative?
I started Enlightened Leaders Initiative because when I started in aviation back in 2008, I had mentors who mentored me in such a way that I had never expected. And what I mean by that is in 2008, I had the opportunity to be a part of this ACE camp, this aviation careers camp in Washington, well, actually Washington D.C., Maryland area. And my mentor, Mr. Donnie Simons, ran the ACE camp in this area, and it was a camp that exposed kids to aviation and different careers for a week. And so for a week, we would take the kids to different places around the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And it was amazing. Even for me, I was old, I was in college. I'm one of the kids, and the kids would age from around 10 to about 15, 16. And every morning, the parents would drop them off. They were excited. We would go to a museum, an aviation museum. We would go to a airport or air traffic control facility. We went to the NTSB. These are just different places that other people would never get exposure to. We would also take them on a discovery flight. So that means they would go up on a plane with the instructor and get exposed to that world of flying and what it's like. Because a lot of kids have never flown
Yeah,
or
that's
may
true.
never fly, but at least they got this exposure.
Yeah.
And when you get that as a kid at that age, it can really inspire you as an adult.
Mm.
And what I saw is all those kids from back there in 2008, about 90% of them got careers in aviation,
Wow.
who all went through that camp for at least 5 years. And I was so impressed and inspired. And I always have been a volunteer. At the time, I volunteered as a chaperone, and I started just working with kids and learning that, you know, I could really help and inspire the next generation. So, Enlightened Leaders was founded on that, on keeping that going and exposing kids and young adults to the world of aviation and careers. So I DJ, but aviation
That's your heart.
is my heart
Oh,
too.
that's your
Yeah.
heart too.
And seeing kids who like, oh my God, after the first discovery flight,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh my god, I wanna be a pilot. I wanna be a air traffic I wanna do something in aviation," and they actually do it. That's, like,
Yeah.
very, rewarding.
How, because STEM is booming right
Mhm.
now. How, like, it's actually taken off in like the last couple of years. Why do you, in just your opinion, think that is?
Oh, well, we live in a world with technology.
Mm.
We got AI that's coming out
Yeah.
and taking over, and, we have to have the minds and the people to be able to create new ideas and inventions. I have some inventions of my own that I would like for air traffic controllers.
Mm.
The equipment now is old,
Mm.
and there could be a lot of improvement.
Yeah.
But we need young minds and um, and the talent. And I don't want to. I should say we need, diversity.
Yeah, that's
to
my
get
next
these.
question. Like you said,
We need diversity to make these things
yeah,
happen.
yeah, that's true. Because you said that you were it's a male-dominated field,
Mhm.
and I think you mentioned, like, it's not like a lot of us that's in air traffic control. So we do because but, I don't think in my opinion, now, we have been, like, exposed to that, like, like, I've never been exposed to, like, that I can remember to STEM or anything like that. It's kinda boomed, like, after, like, I
Yeah.
graduated. I'm not
Yeah.
that old, but it's
Yeah.
boomed, like, after the fact. I don't know if I had been, like, exposed to, like, air aviation without having went a different direction. I don't know. That may have not been for me, but to hear you talk about it, I'm interested in even
Yeah,
seeing
I'm
it.
telling you, it's different. Like
Yeah.
I had internships that I got tours of
Mhm.
behind the scenes stuff that you
Yeah.
just be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like that's how that goes. That's how that works.
That's
This is what's going on
yeah.
behind the scenes, and it's a good feel. So I like to enlighten
Mm.
enlighten people about the many opportunities that they can have and being a leader.
Mm.
You know, in order to be in aviation, you need to be a leader,
Mm.
especially being a pilot or
Yeah.
being an air traffic controller. These are responsible positions. You need to be able to think
Mm.
for yourself, and you need to, just have that personality or about you where you can work well with others too, because that's what it's about,
Mm. Working together.
working together too.
That's
And it
true.
takes a good leader to work well with others too,
That's
despite whatever situation. So that's why I wanted to start my nonprofit, because I wanted to just enlighten future kids and young adults on how to navigate
mm.
through this career, and be a leader in what they're doing
That's
in it. Yeah.
that's beautiful because you said something. You need to be able to think. I'm gonna put a plug in for my daddy because he taught me how to drive. My mom ain't gonna like this. Okay though, because he did. And he told me, if you can't think, you can't drive. And that is very true. Like, you can't think, you can't drive. So, what Ashley is saying is you got to be able to think because you're out there navigating the pilot to get people to their destination safely.
Mhm.
So, if you can't think of what direction to go, then we in some mess.
Right.
Ashley, what's the story behind the name Enlightened Leaders Initiative?
Well, again, like I said, I'm big on just enlightening people on and making them knowledgeable on what's going on,
Mm,
especially in the career of aviation. I have expertise in that.
mm,
And also in music
mm,
as well.
okay.
Um, I know we've been talking about the ATC, but it's really kind of a mixture of both, music and aviation, because I have two big passions,
Yeah.
and love for both. But it's really to enlighten young minds um on something as such as aviation and music. And when I say music, different styles,
Mhm.
different uh just different ways in how we can communicate with students on a music level.
Yeah.
Um, what I noticed is a lot of students and kids, they get bored. I don't know about you guys, but I get kind of bored quick with things, especially back when I was in school.
Mhm.
And I feel like a way for kids to learn is through music too
Yeah.
sometimes. Make it fun. So this initiative is again making things kind of fun, a good learning experience too for them, and through aviation and music, and making sure they're just having fun.
Yeah.
And again, kids need to understand they need to be a leader. Don't be a follower. I have friends who have kids. I don't have any kids, but I have friends who have kids, and now I'm always saying, be a leader. Don't be a follower. My older sister would tell me that too.
Mm.
Be your own person. Be a leader.
That's true.
And so I just really believe in that. So Enlightened Leaders Initiative was just the only way that I felt. And I feel like it's stand out. It's different. It's a tongue twister for sure.
You
But
see, I'm
it's a
having a hard time.
Enlightened
Enlightened Leaders Initiative.
Enlightened Leaders Initiative. Yes.
Yes.
So that's how it started. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna combine these two questions because you answered it, but we're gonna get into let's go to the next segment of your spark, their light, which you all know is how, the impact your choice to start the nonprofit is making an impact on someone else. So when or what moment did you know Enlightened Leaders Initiative was making an impact?
So even before the only best way I can answer that, even before Enlightened Leaders Initiative was started, I was already out here in these streets.
She said I was already out here.
Already had
Don't play with me.
boots on the ground, and volunteering.
Yeah.
For, like I mentioned earlier about those ACE camp programs. Just working with all types of programs, and helping students and volunteering my time because I felt that, young kids needed to be exposed to this because I know growing up I didn't have this exposure. So it started a long time ago. It just wasn't, the name wasn't there and the paperwork, but I've been just out here in the community since, again, probably about 2008. And since I've been here in Memphis, I partnered for the last 6 years with the Luke Weathers Flight Academy. And through that academy, um, we were able to, we call ourselves Team Memphis.
Okay.
Because and why Team Memphis? It's a collaborative group of aviation organizations that all come together because we realize we got to work together as a team.
Right.
Because it takes money in aviation to do anything. So that being said, we all came together and we expose kids for a day, 1 year out of the day to the world of aviation. And besides that, we have flight programs for students too that are wanting to learn, and it's a very good program because it's again, like I said, it costs a lot to be a pilot.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that the student out there and whoever goes to that program is getting their time and getting through the program as they should. And a lot of them are graduated and getting great jobs and doing great things. So I love working with that academy because I've seen a lot of my students, the kids that have, and they're out there flying now, for a great airline and doing what they want to do. So, and not just flying drones, air traffic control, all of that, it's all that exposure. So
that's beautiful. Do you have, I'm just trying to single a student out because you said all of them have their own success story. Do you have one in particular that tug at your heart that you can think of?
yes, it's one girl that is here, Tanisha. She's from Maryland, and when I was in college, she was young. Like, she was one of the kids that was getting on the bus. We were making sure, and she was like, "I'm gonna be air traffic controller." She was like one of 50 or 60 kids. All the rest wanted to be pilots or engineers or astronauts or something, or something in that aspect. She was like, "I want to be air traffic controller." Next thing I know, she's graduated and she is working here in Memphis at Memphis Center right now as an air traffic controller.
Wow.
She's doing it. And it's another kid too, Etienne. Etienne used to get on the bus. He was a little small or something. "I want to be a pilot. I'm going to be a pilot." We used to pick on Etienne and, all the kids, they were a great group of kids. Etienne is a pilot now, flying private jets, and I'm about to come to tears just thinking about it.
Y'all not seeing this, but her face is lit up.
I'm just like, these kids back then knew what they wanted to do and they stood on business and they doing it now. And so that was just like seeing all of that and transpiring and how that was going. And I said, and my mentors always saying, and we have to give back.
Yeah.
Always give back. You have to. So I have this knowledge, this exposure. What can I do with it?
Yeah.
I don't share it. I gotta give it out. So again, I work with the Luke Weathers Flight Academy, as I said, and I partner with them and we make sure kids are getting exposed to that or getting some type of a career. And I may not have mentioned this though, but I just started as well as a professor at Southwest Community College.
I
And
read them in your bio.
yeah. And I teach some 2 aviation classes, flight dispatch
Wow.
and international flight planning. So
You got me
I had
inspired.
no idea. Again, I went to school thinking I was gonna be a computer science and a computer engineer because at the time computers was coming out, and I'm like, oh, I like this computer thing, not knowing that I was gonna be out here DJing and air traffic controller and teaching. Teaching did not, but I got the degree.
Yeah.
So
You can. Y'all don't see Ashley's
and
face.
experience.
Your face is so lit up when you started talking. When you talk about air traffic control and period and mentoring, you told me those 2 stories, your face just lit up.
Yeah.
And so when I said in my opening that it hit close to home for Ashley, it definitely hits close to home for Ashley because she was almost in tears. Y'all. I was like, hold it.
I'm proud of them.
But she's so proud, and that's amazing. I say this, I have so many impactful guests. When you're close to a situation, it hits different.
Yeah.
And your face, I'm like, it hit different for Ashley. It hit different for her. Let's get to this. I told you, she's also a DJ Alpha Whiskey. I know what the name came from, but I'm not going to tell y'all because that's between me and Ashley. But she combined her love for music with a event that she hosts for her kids. It's called Rhythm World. It's a kids rave. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so as a DJ, I DJ a lot of parties. I've been DJing for 8 years, okay? And I started noticing that again, I don't have kids, but I noticed that parents and people are out and I'm like, parents need to be bonding with their kids. This was at a time a couple years ago, when crime and stuff was bad and everything. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Parents and kids, are they bonding? Like, what's going on here? And so I started thinking about it and I was like, what could I do as a DJ that could um inspire kids and parents and bring them together in a creative way too, but also exposing kids to different genres of music, but also allowing parents and kids to party together. Because why don't parents party with their kids?
Oh,
You can kind of, I don't have, but if you make it a fun way.
yeah.
And so I was just thought about it and I said, Rhythm World, a kids rave. There's rave parties, for adults and people. The kids, when I DJ their parties, they're more lit than the adults. And they know music, good music. They might want to hear the same song 5 or 6 times, but they still know a good song.
Right.
And they like to have a good time.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I need to do a kids rave party. Some put it on my spirit, and I did Rhythm World, and I partnered with the Memphis Brooks Museum, and it was amazing. Those kids danced, they partied. I let them have the microphone, let them sing, let them just do what they wanted to do. I had a DJ friend of mine, shout out DJ G Honey. Her son, CJ, is a phenomenal drummer. He's like 6, 7, forgive me, CJ, but he's young, y'all. He get on drums. So she brought his drum. I said, DJ G Honey, ask CJ if he wants to do it. He's yes. So he was up there, every song on his drums. And K-pop Demon Hunters is a movie that came. Have you heard about that?
I feel like I've heard it before, but I'm not familiar.
Okay, so all the parents out there know K-pop Demon Hunters. I did not know, was not aware, but I quickly became aware. This movie, it has a whole soundtrack that the kids love. And there's a lot of songs that they love, love, love. And during the rave, I played the songs. I let them tell me what songs they want to hear. And K-pop Demon Hunters got these kids on the chokehold.
Oh my God.
They had the time of their life. They wanted to hear it over and over and over again, but they danced. I had an area set up where they could color and do all types of activities. I gave out prizes. They had to ask questions, so they had to know the answer to get a prize. But they were STEM prizes. Everything was STEM related. And also, shout out to Miss South. Uh, they, I'm sorry. Shout out to the Memphis Brooks Museum and United Way of the Mid-South. They helped put that event on for me, helped me with that event. And I'm looking to do another one this fall.
Beautiful.
They wanted me to do one for this summer, but it just kind of got away with me with trying to teach and do. You guys know I got a lot going on, so I can only do what I can
The
do.
summer's
But,
hot.
yeah, but the goal is to continue doing them. The parents loved it. And the parents, you had to stay with the kids.
Yeah.
It's not a party where you come drop off your kids. This is
Right.
party with your kids, and the
Right.
parents enjoyed that. Yeah, we had face painting. Bubbles, food truck to give out ices and popcorn. They loved it. It's great.
That's amazing. So, two last questions. Is you have is it your Enlightened Leaders Initiative? See, she said it was a mouthful. She ain't lying. Enlightened Leaders Initiative, is it a year-round program? Do you have summer program? And then what age groups?
So not really that I have a program. I'm currently working now to have a program within the schools or something aviation related that I can do afterwards or musically. So I've been in talks with that to see how that goes. But even on the music side, just when I have the time to, I would love to start a DJ music camp for kids. And just to piggyback on that real quick, give a quick story. I did a prom for Crosstown High School 2 weeks ago, and they said, "Oh, we have a girl, who wants to DJ." She wanted to DJ her whole prom, but they were like, "This is your prom. We can't let you DJ the whole thing, but we'll let you, see if the DJ will let you." So I said, "Yes, Chloe can DJ with me." So you guys, like, she came in sparkle. She had a DJ board. She set it up and she was ready. And I let her DJ her set for 30 minutes. And she just killed it.
Wow.
Everybody, but prior to, she was nervous. And she was like very hesitant. But I said, "Look, you're gonna look back on this and you wish that you had." And I'm so glad she did. So in that moment too, it really kind of inspired me, like, and she had her best friend there, and she was like, "I want to learn how to DJ." And certain girls who are young, and there's a lot of young women who want to learn. And when I get to that point, y'all, let me live a little bit.
Come on.
But I am going. We host she DJs. I have a female group too, myself and DJ Crystal Mercedes, at least once or twice every quarter. We like to host these meetups where we get girls who are interested to come out. So we partner with the Memphis Listening Lab at Crosstown Concourse. Anybody hasn't, go visit.
Please go.
Memphis Listening Lab. We partner with them and we host our female DJ meetups. We talk about everything there is to know about being a female DJ and how you can continue to be a successful female DJ.
I love it. And she's right. Memphis Listening Lab is like a hidden gem here. It is so amazing. If you like vinyl, because I'm into vinyl, if you like music, please go. It's amazing. Okay. So one last question before I do these final words. When the parents get in contact with you for the Enlightened Leaders Initiative and their kids get signed up, what are their kids embarking on? Or what are they signing up for? Walk us through like their program.
So they can sign up on my website, enlightenedleadersinitiative.org. And through that, they are whatever questions. I have students, a lot of parents who reach out, who I mentor. who are looking to become air traffic controllers and they need help while they're out at the academy and getting through. So I'm doing that. You can expect that. Parents who have students who are looking at aviation careers and want to know what schools they should go to. I mentor and help with that as well. And I have on my also on the website all the aviation programs and training programs that they can attend that can help assist with that because I have a lot of young students who are looking for universities or schools they can go to that are accredited aviation programs. So I help assist with that with the Enlightened Leaders Initiative, as well as music advice as well for students who are looking to get into the music and what they should do. Just a whole mentorship. It's really a whole mentoring process that I've been just working on
Yeah.
a lot lately with some events such as doing the Wings Over the Branch where we expose the kids. That's coming up actually September the 26th.
Okay. Date drop.
So and the event is called Wings Over the Branch. We host this. This is the event that I partner with organization. Well, it's organization of Black aerospace pilots, but it's through the Luke Weathers Flight Academy.
Gotcha.
And so we're going to host this event on September the 26th, where we are going to bring out 50 students. We're going to post it so anybody can sign up, but you have to be between the age of 8. No, we just raised it 10 years old and 18.
Okay.
And this year, our theme is going to be meteorology.
Oh.
So we're going to learn about weather. But previous years, we've learned about space, just flying, and we have different themes every year. But that's as far back right now as I can think because I don't want to just keep going on. But
Yeah.
so that as well as the kids rave to be announced for a date. So, but it will be during the fall. Yes.
And you mentor kids from what age group?
It really starts around 10.
10. I got you.
10 and up. But I'm not opposed to younger kids because I do a lot of career days too. So I don't just kind of say no, but really around that 8-year-old age, but sometimes 8 too.
Okay.
Um, that's when I step in and get involved.
Well, we know we all need good mentors.
Yes.
And like I said, from sitting down with Ashley, she is very passionate about air traffic control, aviation, all of that. So I'm gonna have to come out to what do you have a facility? Or is it online?
Online.
Online.
Yeah.
Well, I may get mentored. But online. But she's if you're interested in aviation, you might want to get in contact with Ashley, aka DJ Apple Whiskey. So Ashley, before we close out, you have any final words?
I just want to say thank you again, Sparkle, for having me on
Thank you.
here. Again, for anybody, even if it's aviation or any career, I tell anybody, do what makes you happy, do what you're passionate about. Sometimes we don't know what our purpose is. I knew that I always wanted to be, even though we didn't talk about it a lot, I knew it ever since I was a kid too. I wanted to be a DJ. But I knew my parents and the way things were, I just couldn't just be a DJ. So I waited until I did my career, got into that. And then I started like, okay, let me see if it's something that just for fun, if I like. And it's really what I wanted to do too. So I'm just thankful that I had, both. I have both that I can kind of use. And I use my DJing to kind of um, inspire others about aviation so they'll know. Because a lot of people are like, what's Alpha Whiskey? Well, I must share the secret.
Ah, she gonna share
My
it.
name is Ashley Wimbush, and as an air traffic controller, we have the phonetic alphabet. And so Alpha Whiskey is the name, and that was my name. So it also describes me as a person. I am an alpha type female. Whiskey. I'm smooth, but I pack a little punch. So I said, well, I didn't choose this name. This name chose me. But
I love it.
but so that's why I'm thankful for both of those career fields. And I just encourage anyone that has passion for anything it is, go for it. Don't not do it, and be a leader. Do it. Don't go by, don't follow. Go stand up, do what you want, kind of what you believe in, and give it your all. And you'll be successful. So again, thank you, Sparkle.
Thank you.
And keep sparkling.
Thank you.
And that's all I got.
Thank you so much, Ashley. That was great final words. As Ashley has always kept reiterating, be a leader. STEM is definitely taking off, and she has given me so much information about aviation and air traffic control. I'm inspired. I'm like, let me go online and sign up for this mentorship because I just want to know. And plus, she inspired me to be a DJ because I am, again, at the Rural Radio Station back in my old stomping ground. So music is my passion as well. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Spark the Conversation. There will not be an episode in June because that's my birthday month. I am taking some time away, y'all.
I know that's right.
Listen, I celebrate the whole month, okay?
What day is your birthday?
June 28th.
June 28th. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
what? Is that
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer?
Yeah.
Shout out to Cancer.
Shout out to us. Hello. So follow me on Instagram at spark_the combo. You can also follow me on Facebook as well as Spark the Conversation. Subscribe to my channel. Go ahead, subscribe. So you don't miss out on the upcoming episodes that I have for you this year. You can also listen to me on YouTube Music. Ashley, drop your socials as well.
So you can find me on Instagram at DJ Alpha Whiskey. I'm really not a big social media guru, so I do have a TikTok,
Okay.
but I'm not as active. So DJ Alpha Whiskey. I have a Facebook page, DJ Alpha Whiskey, but the main contact to get in contact with me, my website, www.alphawhiskey.com, or my nonprofit, Enlightened Leaders Initiative.org. You can, and I have an Instagram page for that as well, Enlightened Leaders Initiative. Yes.
You heard it here. Thank you again. Thank you, TK, for letting me use the Roar radio station. Thank you. She's also the advisor of the Roar. So I appreciate you. I'll be back in July with my next guest.